Kendrick Lamar just performed at the nation's biggest stage, and of course, he made sure this was a show to remember for a very long time. After being victorious and defeating Drake in a monumental battle at the beginning of 2024, the Compton rapper has been on a generational run. It looks like he will not be easing up anytime soon. Hi, I go by the name of Quay B. First and foremost, I want to congratulate the Eagles fans and the whole city of Philadelphia for winning their 5th Super Bowl. And the Chiefs? Damn, how y'all let the Eagles run 40 points on y'all? It seems like Patrick Mahomes' agreement with the refs expired right before the game. And that man Patrick Mahomes was getting sacked faster than his brother was catching that misdemeanor charge for essaying that woman. But anyway, after watching Lamar's Super Bowl halftime performance multiple times, I was able to point out hints, meanings, and potential Easter eggs. Make sure you stay to the end of this video where I reveal what the overall theme and message Kendrick is conveying with his performance. And also, Lamar could be paying homage to a deceased rapper that Drake may be familiar with. So let's get started. In this first shot, we get an overhead view of the stadium where in the crowd, the lights will show a loading bar going all the way up to 100. On the field, there's 9 lit up squares, and notice how the 4 squares in the corner have a different shape in them. Now, if you're an avid gamer, you will know that these aren't just random shapes. They are buttons you will see on a PlayStation controller. So right off the bat, Kendrick is symbolizing that he's not just performing at a game, but he's also playing a game, a mental one. I want you to keep that in your mind as we proceed through this breakdown. Also, I want to point out that he may be sending subliminal shots to Drake because the Canadian rapper owns a record label called OVO Sound, in which they distribute their music through Republic Records. Republic Records is owned by Sony Music. Sony Music is owned by Sony Entertainment. And Sony Entertainment also owns what? PlayStation. Now, this isn't going to be the first shot at Aubrey because this whole performance is filled with subliminal jabs. In this next shot, we get Samuel L. Jackson portraying the role as Uncle Sam. It's important to note that Jackson's Uncle Sam is synonymous to another character he played named Stefan in Quentin Tarantino's film Django Unchained, where in this film, he plays an antagonistic house slave who is loyal to his racist owner, Calvin Candy, played by Leonardo DiCaprio. Stefan believes that white people are the superior race and they should reign at the top. Additionally, Uncle Sam is a personification of the United States government who is depicted as a white man with the slogan being, "I want you for the US Army." I've stated in previous videos that Kendrick is unifying his people in a militant fashion, so he's taking that imagery and he's flipping it. Jackson's Uncle Sam will be appearing frequently throughout the show, adding value to the story Kendrick is trying to tell. Now, Uncle Sam will go on to say, "This is the great American game." We then cut to a shot of Kendrick on the hood of a 1987 Buick GNX, which is also the title of his most recent album. He opens with a song that was also played during the trailer for the album. We then get a bunch of people hopping out the GNX wearing red, white, and blue. And I mean, golly, they hopping out that motherfucker like a bunch of nematodes from SpongeBob. Anchovies! Also, during all that, Kendrick will go on to rap. Remember I said I'm the greatest back when you debated the number 1 and number 2. Topic was always hilarious to me. You carried them to me, I brought out the Kendrick continues to throw shots and replies when Drake said this on his song, Galchester. I know I said top 5, but I'm top 2 and I'm not 2 and I got 1. Now, before Kendrick performs his next song, he would say, "The revolution about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy." He is referencing a song by Gil Scott-Heron called "The Revolution Will Not Be Televised," which is a black liberation song. Also, I find it interesting that Gil Scott-Heron is from Chicago, and Kendrick's parents are both originally from Chicago.
Chicago is very important to me, being the fact that, my parents from Chicago, from the South Side, and that's why I get my inspiration for making the music that I make, when I have that soulful feel or that jazzy feel. K-Dot will then perform his song Squabble Up, where he has dancers getting hyphy, showing respect to the Bay Area. Speaking of Squabble Up, if you guys want to see a more in-depth breakdown of that music video that I did, make sure you click on the card above. I'm gonna leave it somewhere in this video. But y'all know the drill. Don't watch that video until you get done with this one. Now I want you all to pay attention to the attire that Kendrick is wearing. The jacket was designed by Martine Rose. It will convey different song titles like Gloria, Peekaboo, and Wop 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 Wop, which is a lyric to a song that we will get to shortly. If you look at his hat, it says 5 + 5. He is referencing his song Not Like Us, where he says, "How many stocks do I really have in stock? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 + 5. In the music video, you can see Kendrick hopscotching / sea walking all the way past the number 10. 5 + 5 = 10.
I also want to add that the Not Like Us music video is exactly 5 minutes and 55 seconds. And the chain Lamar is wearing is a lowercase a, which is the logo for his label, PG Lang. And it also means, it should be obvious by now.
Time to strike the chord.
Once again, Uncle Sam appears and he will say,
Mr. Lamar, do you really know how to play the game? Then tighten up!
We then cut to a shot of Kendrick Lamar standing in the middle of the stairs performing Humble, with the dancers in red, white, and blue illustrating the American flag. In this next segment of the show, Kendrick will perform DNA. Now, I want you all to pay close attention. Do you notice anything about this shot in particular? It's okay, I'll give you a second. Did you figure it out? Notice how the guys in white are just hanging out on top of the light post. I believe this is referencing Kendrick Lamar's Alright music video, where he is seen rapping on top of a light post. Also, at the beginning of the Alright music video, you will see a shipping container dock that will say Port of Oakland. Remember earlier when Kendrick Lamar was performing Squabble Up with the guys in the white? That dance they were doing is called the Thiz dance and originated from where? Oakland, California. Those are the same guys chilling on the light post. Lamar will then continue and perform Euphoria, which is one of the diss tracks towards Drake, and will end the song with
Since Parma Lee, it's KDOT.
further expressing that he is the GOAT. He will then rap in acapella, Man at the Garden, in front of the guys in white, like I mentioned earlier. In the end of that freestyle, he would say,
Why you think you deserve the greatest of all time?
I mean, that's a valid question. Drake, you want to answer that? We then get another appearance of Samuel L. Jackson's Uncle Sam, where he will say,
Scorekeeper, deduct 1 life.
Now this could have multiple meanings. Kendrick could be saying that he killed Drake in this battle, and he could also be hinting to something else that we're going to be getting to a little bit later. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around to the end, because this theory in particular has been circulating and is really, really controversial. I ain't gonna lie, it may be a reach, but it kind of makes sense. All right, just be patient with me. You know what I'm saying? Just be patient. All right. We will then cut to Kendrick performing Peekaboo. Now at the end of this segment, he will throw another jab at Drake by saying,
I want to perform their favorite song, but you know they love to sue.
Last month, Drake will pull the biggest Karen move in history by suing UMG for defamation over Kendrick's Not Like Us. Obviously, he was trying to prevent them from having Kendrick perform the song at the Super Bowl. And shortly, we're going to realize that Drake filing that lawsuit ain't stopping nothing. The Compton rapper will go on to perform Luther with SZA. Remember earlier we talked about Kendrick's attire, in particular the jacket? It says Gloria, which is the last song off of his album GNX, which also features SZA. Also, this adds more salt to the wound because Kendrick is performing alongside somebody that Drake said he used to date on his song with 21 Savage called Mr. Right Now.
Cause I used to date SZA back in 08.
Kendrick Lamar and SZA will then go on to perform All the Stars, which is a track off of the Black Panther album. Another thing that I find interesting about this is that the Super Bowl was aired on February 9th, 2025. You want to guess when the Black Panther album was released? February 9th, 2018. Kendrick and SZA are literally performing this song on the 7th year anniversary of the Black Panther album. Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. I'm not making this up. You can look it up for yourself. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of cooking right now. You feel me? I'm cooking.
I cook, I swag, I cook.
Make sure you hit that like button, bro. If you ain't gonna subscribe, at least hit the like button for me, please. Hey, this is just the seasoning. I ain't even put the chicken in the oven yet. You feel me? So just wait. I told you, be patient with me. You know what I'm saying? Be patient. We get another appearance from Uncle Sam. And during the end of his narration,
Oh no! It's a cultural divide. I'm gonna get it on the floor.
Kendrick is saying that there is a separation in the culture. Throughout the performance, you can see all the different colors being separated. The blues hanging with the blues, the whites hanging with the whites, and the reds hanging with the reds, so on and so forth. And you can see that with all the mixed reactions online. Some saying that it's the best Super Bowl halftime show ever. Some saying it's the worst they've ever seen. And others being completely lost and not knowing what the hell is going on. And that symbolizes the divide. Those who get it. And those who don't, just don't. He will then go on to say,
Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence.
Lamar is saying, It doesn't matter what y'all do to discredit my genius. No amount of bots, criticism, or defamation lawsuits will diminish my influence and cultural impact. Kendrick will proceed to perform Not Like Us, and the most memeable moment of this whole performance will be,
Say, Drake, I hate you like I'm young.
Funny thing about this is that all the background dancers will be joining in by doing the young boy gesture. Is Drake going to be filing a lawsuit for all the background dancers as well? And right after that, we will get this.
They not like us.
No.
They not like us.
No.
They not like us.
What?
That is right. That is the Serena Williams, the iconic tennis player crip walking to Not Like Us. This is really ironic because there was rumors that Drake and Serena dated back in the day. Aubrey would throw shots at her husband, Alex Ohanian, on the song Middle of the Ocean when he says,
Movie sidebar, Serena, your husband a groupie.
like, goddamn Drake, how do you fumble Serena Williams and Rihanna? Right after that, Kendrick will then perform. DJ Mustard will be the producer for Not Like Us and TV Off. There's something that I also noticed. I don't know if this was intentional or not. If you see closely, there's the Palestine flag in the background. Then at the end of the performance, he will gesture that he has a remote, turning the TV off with the same overhead shot in the beginning. But this time, the lights saying, game over. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of this video that the Super Bowl performance that Kendrick did has a theme, or themes, I should say. First being a game, which Kendrick is playing in this society called America. The second, showing culture. Third, just being overall petty. I'm just being completely honest with you. You guys may be thinking, what is this controversial take that I was talking about earlier? Before I say it, I want to credit the good people over at Thought Crimes, Prince Solomon and Sincere Ignorance, where they introduced the idea that the X on one of the squares is referencing the late rapper XXXTentacion, who was robbed and killed in Florida. I say Drake is familiar because prior to XXXTentacion's death, Kendrick always supported his career, tweeting that he listened to X's album 17 5 times and even threatened Spotify to pull his music off the platform if they continued to ban XXXTentacion's music. The Toronto rapper would disrespect XXXTentacion following his death by hinting that he may be involved in his passing.
SMS, triple X. That's the only time I ever shoot below the neck.
But y'all let me know in the comments section below. Did you catch the Super Bowl halftime performance? If so, did you like it or did you hate it? And also let me know, did you guys catch any hidden messages, meanings, or Easter eggs that I have missed? I go by the name of Quay B. Thank you for your time, and I'm gonna catch you in the next video.